Review this lecture after reading Chapter 6, Acting, and Chapter 7, Dramatization and Understanding Movies. Use the film grammar sheet in the module on D2L to aid in the note-taking process. What are the differences between acting for the stage and acting for the camera? Stage acting allows the actor control over their performance. Stage happens live and in real time. In stage acting, the full body is in view. Films are shot out of sequence. Films are scheduled logistically. This means scenes are shot in the order that's the most cost-effective, often resulting in a fragmented performance that's quote-unquote out of order. It's not uncommon to shoot the ending of the film first. Film actors can't build towards a climax. Film actors get into character very quickly. Film actors must be ready for action when the camera rolls. Unlike a theater performance that happens live on stage, scenes in film are constructed out of shots, wide shots, medium shots, close-ups, etc. Film performances are assembled out of the best shots. The actor's performance is in the director's and editor's hands. Editing may distort an actor's performance. Film is said to be a director's medium. The director has more control. While theater is an actor's medium, the actor has more control. Calling the shots. Because the director is ultimately in control of the production, a film actor must adapt to the director and the film's style. Realist and formalist directors have very different approaches. Realism in acting. Realist directors tend to allow actors more control over their performances. The relationship between a realist director and actor is collaborative. Hallmarks of realism in performance: lengthy takes, long shots, minimal editing, and improvisation. This week's film, Sherry Baby, is an example of realism in direction and acting. Alfred Hitchcock was the quintessential formalistic director. He was very hard on his actors and rarely listened to their input. He compared actors to cattle. His 1960 film, Psycho, contains a very famous scene that serves as an example for formalism in performance. Students are encouraged to watch the shower scene from Psycho in the supplemental playlist. Did you know the filming of this scene took 7 days and 77 camera positions? The scene contains 50 cuts. After watching the scene, just imagine how difficult it was for Janet Leigh to shoot this traumatic scene for so long. Changing acting styles happen after synchronized sound comes into the picture. Silent film stars tended to cultivate personal styles of acting, using their entire bodies and facial expressions to connect with audiences. Gloria Swanson, the star of Sunset Boulevard, was a silent film star. Norma Desmond's old film clips in Sunset Boulevard were scenes from Gloria Swanson's silent performances. Two examples of Gloria Swanson's silent film body of work: a still from the film Stage Struck on the left and a still from Don't Change Your Husband on the right. Silent film stars Charlie Chaplin, Harold Lloyd, and Buster Keaton all had signature acting styles. Method acting, created by Konstantin Stanislavski, born in 1863, died in 1938. He was an actor and director at the Moscow Art Theater. Method acting is a universal approach that could be used by all actors. Method acting focused on social realism and improvisation. In 1947, Elia Kazan and Lee Strasberg start the Actors Studio in New York City. The method is based on the tenets of method acting. The method stresses you must live the part every moment you're playing it. Actors are trained to fuse their internal emotion with the characters. Elements of method acting, subtext, conveyed non-verbally through body language. Spoken dialogue is secondary to method players. To capture a character's inner events, actors sometimes throw away their lines, choke on them, or even mumble. Another element of method acting is emotional recall, an exercise used to explore memory and trigger real emotions. Actress Julie Harris said of emotional recall, "There's some connection you can make with your own background or some feeling that you've had at one time or another. Method actors live the part, improvise, and use subtext and emotional recall to create characters grounded in realism." Actors who studied at the Actors Studio: Marlon Brando, Faye Dunaway, Bradley Cooper, James Dean, Robert De Niro, Laura Dern, Dustin Hoffman, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Marilyn Monroe, Sidney Poitier, Julia Roberts, and many, many others. The Bravo show Inside the Actors Studio began as a student seminar. I highly recommend watching the episode with Dustin Hoffman. He talks about his experience making The Graduate with Mike Nichols. Drama. The definition of drama comes from the Greek word for action. It's a mode of fiction represented in performance. We can substitute that sentence for either a play or a film that depends on collaborative modes of production. We can think of the collaborators of the production as the cast and crew, and then a collective form of reception, and that is the audience. We'll look at drama in performance on the stage and screen. Drama is the byproduct of acting. It's what comes out of the actor's performance. In this instance, we won't use drama in the same way as we would dramatic. It's simply the act of engaging an audience. Time. Let's start by breaking down a play and a film into their smallest units. In a play, that's a scene, and in a film, that's a shot. We'll see a huge difference in time. Let's assume the average scene in a play is 15 minutes long, and the average shot in a film is 6 seconds. Theater time happens in real time, and theater time tends to be chronological. Film time. Unlike the drama in a live performance, drama in film is collaborative. The director, actor, and editor all play a large role in ultimately what makes it to the screen. Space, and I don't mean the final frontier. Just like time, space in live theater and film are very different. The differences have a large impact on how drama is imparted to the audience. Theater space is fixed. The distance between the audience and the actors is static. Theater space is three-dimensional, it's live, and the audience is active. One of the special things about theater is the interaction between the actors and the audience. An engaged audience can have a positive impact on the performance. Film space is flexible and dynamic. Film space is two-dimensional. The audience is passive. Photography and editing shapes the drama in an actor's performance, allowing more subtext. But there isn't a live audience. Adaptation. There's no debating that theater acting is much older than film acting. After exploring the differences between acting for the stage and acting for the camera, let's consider what happens when a play is adapted for the screen. And we want to consider the play being the source material and the film coming after. The common differences between plays and films. In a play, the emphasis is on the dialogue. The drama comes through the words. In a film, the emphasis is on the action. The drama comes through the editing, photography, camera movement, etc. Stage to screen. Consider the time and space constraints of the stage. It's not uncommon for a play to have minimal characters and locations. How do we take something that's based on words and change it to something that's built on action? Expanding the story. While adapting a play for the screen is common, it's rare to have a literal translation without modifications. We expand the story by opening it up, adding more actors, storylines, adding more props, sets, and locations. Students are encouraged to watch closer. This film is not formally assigned. Mike Nichols, director of The Graduate, brings the film adaptation of the play to the screen. Patrick Marber, the writer and director of the play, writes the screenplay for the film. The drama in Closer retains its theatrical nature. It illustrates how the story is expanded to meet the constraints of the camera. Sherry Baby, directed by Lori Collier in 2006. Maggie Gyllenhaal as Sherry, Danny Trejo as Dean, and Giancarlo Esposito as Parole Officer Hernandez. 2 response questions. How does Maggie Gyllenhaal use subtext and emotional recall to communicate Sherry's actions? Or, Sherry Baby is a realist film. How do the actors impart a sense of realism to their performances? Remember, realism is a style. It's not the same thing as saying a film is realistic or relatable. Use the grammar from the lecture in relation to realism in acting and directing when answering the second response question. Sherry is a realist film. How do the actors impart a sense of realism to their performances? Films featured in this lecture. Students are encouraged to explore these films. Take a closer look at these films by viewing the PDF version of the lecture on D2L. Until next time, have a productive week.